I was your shield against the world, yet you became the sword that pierced me. Sand drifts endlessly across the horizon, and I see my sorrow mirrored in each grain. Habibti, I carried you in my kalabi like a sacred jewel. I placed you above my bread, above my own nur, above my own light. The desert wind carried you, and your name like prayer breathes, each whisper falling upon my lips, the devotion. Oh, my love, you were the silence in my storm, the light that led my falcon home. I was a rider of endless distance, but your memory was the water in my thirst. Every night, the stars aligned to your shadow, and the moon bent low to touch your hair. I gave you patience when the word faltered. I gave you shelter when shadows circled. I was your wall, your defender, your unseen strength. I was the voice that silenced your fears, yet in gearing my soul to become hollowed. A lantern binding itself to keep you all, to see inside mirrors with love. Yet its wave broke gently at your shore. Your footsteps left traces on my sand, footprints carved deeper than time itself. The horse I rode carried our story, its gallop echoing through the valleys of my longing. I spoke to the stars about you. They answered with silence too vast to bear. My heart, my Kalabi, was a garden watered by tears, yet it bloomed with roses only for you. You were the light that lit the edges of my dawn, and the shadow that cooled my searching noon. In every falcon's flight, I saw your freedom, yet in every falcon's return, I felt your absence. I held your name like a sacred verse, reciting it with the reverence of prayer. Habibti, I gave you the sword of my thirst, believing you would keep it in its sheath. But even before the wound, I stood as your shield against the storms of life. Every silence between us became sacred, a melody deeper than any spoken word. The desert carried our secrets in its vents, and the stars, it arched them across the sky. I bore your weight as the demon pierced the sun, never complaining, never retreating. Oh my Ruhi, you are the voice that lullabied my spirit, the echo that turned my nights into gold. I'm bored to Rabbi in gratitude for your presence, believing he had written us together in his decree. I gave you patience, even when patience bled me. I gave you loyalty, even when silence consumed me. I was your falcon in the hunt, your horse in the storm, your desert in the drought. But the more I gave, the more the shadows within me grew, and still I loved you with the force of mountains, with the silence of stars, with the identity of sand. Then came the night, when the stars refused to shine, and your silence struck sharper than any sword. Habibti, you turned your face away, but left your scent lingering in the wind. I waited for you until the sky forgot your name, until even the falcon lost its way home. You become the shadow that marked my loyalty, the sword that pierced the shield I had been. Yaruhi. Why did your silence grow louder than storms? Why did your absence echo deeper than oceans? I stood at the edge of the desert, listening for your steps, but only the wind answered. Your memory became a dagger of light, cutting through my chest in every dawn. I whispered your name to Rabbi when the heavens remained sealed. The stars that once guided me now turned to falling embers. I saw your shadow walking away, and yet the earth trembled beneath me. The falcon circled, but you never returned. The horse galloped, but your voice was gone. I became the wanderer of sorrow, a rider with no destination but grief. Your betrayal was not thunder, it was the silence of moon fading. It was not the sword that cut me once, but 1,000 times. He let it fall again. Habiti, you closed my qalbi in shadows and left me naked before the cold winds. You broke the prayer I held for us, scattering it like dust in the storm. I carried the memory of your eyes, but even they turned into desert mirage. I spoke to the sea, but its waves only mocked me with your absence. I search for you in every star, but you had erased yourself from the sky. The sand beneath my feet became the weight of your silence. And yet, I did not curse you. I did not shout into you the emptiness. I became the falcon, bound in flight, the horse that heard in its gallop. Sadness became my clock, and I rode it with dignity. The storm inside me raged without sound, a thunder hidden beneath my ribs. Jalal was the light I carried, but your absence became the shadow that consumed me. Still I waited until the bones learned silence, until even my heart forget how to cry. But from sorrow, strength is born. From wounds, dignity is carved. I rose like the dune after the storm, quiet, tall, unbroken. I learned that God writes stories in silence, and sometimes love is a lesson, not a home. My patience became the palace of my soul, its pillars stronger than betrayal. Habibti, you will remain a memory, but I will remain a kingdom. The falcon within me found its horizon. The horse beneath me found its gallop again. I became the silence that commands respect, not the cry that begs for return. The stars whispered, sadness is not weakness. It is the ink of resilience. I bowed not to you, but to the strengths you faced me, you forced me to find. Yaruhi, you may no longer be Pret, but I am still the desert wind, endless and free. Your sword pierced me, but the wound has become my shield. Your absence is a shadow of my dignity, and I walk taller within it. I learned that the sea does not drown itself, and the shore rejects its waves. I learn that the falcon soars alone, and still owns the endless sky. I learned that the stars fall, but the night remains eternal. And so, in silence, I rise in dignity I endure. I was your shield. You became the sword. Yet in my silence, I became unbreakable. And so, Habibti, the desert teaches me, but silence is sharper than any blade. I carried you in my calabi, like hidden fire, but now I let the ashes drift into the wind. The falcon soars not to chase, but to claim the endless sky as his own. My nur is not lost. It is only veiled in the patience of sabr. I walked through shadows of sorrow, yet I found light, moving in the edges. You were the storm, but I was the dune that endured. Kya Ruhi. Love does not end in absence. It only changes. It's thrown within us. I became the rider of solitude, and the horses beneath me carried strength. The stars whispered secrets of survival when the sea hummed the song of resilience. I am the echo of what we were, yet am also the silence of what remains. Rabbi sees the weight I bore, and he lifts it in the unseen rays of mercy. No crown is needed to stand and stand tall, for dignity itself is the diadem of the soul. The world will not hear me wail. It will only wait and witness my stillness. I learned that sadness is not defeat, but a hidden teacher. Even in betrayal, the heart can bloom in patience. Even in loss, the spirit can rise like dawn. So I choose the nobility of silence over the noise of despair. I choose to guard my qalbi with strength, rather than let it plead before shadows. You may remain a memory, but I remain a kingdom of endurance. The falcon returns, not to the cage, but to the boundless horizon. The desert carries my name and its wind, not as a cry, but as a song of strength. Habibti, I was once your shield. You became the sword. Yet, still, I stand. And this royal silence, I'm unbroken. Thank you for watching. Keep watching The Desert Voice.